I still can't five days in a row for a place I want to stay.
Saratoga Springs?
Okay, so
I don't want to stay at Saratoga Springs. I don't want to stay at Key West. I didn't buy there. Jesus Christ. Is somebody from Disney listening?
Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast presented by NotClub33.com. My name is Steve Rhodes. This week on the show, we're talking Disney Vacation Club. Is there enough availability out there to use your own points? We're going to get into that, but first let's introduce the panel. Becky Wells is with us.
Hey, just noticed that he was sleeping again.
He's out. Pat Neestat here as well.
What's up?
And so is the Disney cynic, asleep as usual, Bobby Burchins.
what? Yeah. What's up?
We're talking DVC today, but you don't get to go first.
Perfect. I've gone first like 3 weeks in a row. I'm ready for a break.
So, Pat, you've been dropping Easter eggs on our shows, saying that you want more DVC rooms because you've been finding it really hard to use your points, and you're pissed about it.
Yeah.
I'll just let you start us off.
So for the last couple months, I've been trying to book a stay at Walt Disney World, like the week before Christmas, which is a low point week, and I have not been able to. First, you can't. If I want to get into my home resort, not a chance at the Polynesia. Not a chance. Sometimes one room will come available. It could be a 3-bedroom at like Animal Kingdom. It could be a 3-bedroom at Saratoga. It could be something at Old Key West for 1 day, maybe 2 days. But it's almost impossible to piece together a 5-day trip. And if you want to stay at one place for 5 days, no way in hell can you do that. Not possible. So to me, I would like more rooms available. I don't know if they have to build more rooms. I don't know if that will make a difference or not. But
No, it won't.
I don't know if it will. It might.
It won't.
It'll make it
because
worse.
people will want to stay at those resorts, maybe. Okay,
No,
but
then that's not how DVC
What do you mean?
works.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Fill us in, Becky.
Yeah,
So you got this bucket of points.
I get it.
These many points cover all the rooms for the whole year, no matter how they divide it up. You add more rooms, you make the bucket bigger, but it doesn't mean that there's more availability.
Build more resort, build another DVC resort, and then you have people might want to go stay there, or you have bigger pool of DVC that may not be coming and going to Walt Disney World, and in return maybe more rooms.
So let me just ask, how did this work? Because the last resort that they did at Walt Disney World was the Riviera. How did that? Did they add points to the pool when they opened the Riviera? How did that work?
Each resort has its own pool of points.
Okay, each resort
and
has
then
its own.
Disney itself is required to own a certain percentage of these points. So even though they're not like members, they are, but they're not, using the points, they can pull them and put them as cash sales.
Mm-hmm.
They can do whatever they want with them. They can use them for comp rooms. They can do whatever, but they're not on the bookable site that like the peons can use, right? So it's not.
Well, to me, I paid all this money and I can't even hardly use my contract unless I book 6-7 months out. But I have to book 7 months out, and that's for somebody who owns a business.
Well, that was the idea.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Are you only trying to get studios?
No.
Also, because
no.
The last few years in a row, I've gone down last minute, like within about 30 days planning.
I've been looking,
and I've stayed at the Polynesian,
literally every day,
Grand Floridian.
I've looked literally every day.
And now this is
once a day.
But this is the week before Christmas, though. This isn't like the first week of December, though, either.
No,
right?
It's a low point week. Like up until the Thursday or Friday, it's low points. So
December is really tricky, but it's not impossible. I also know you refuse to split stay if you don't have to. So
I've split stay a lot of times. Most places I usually go to 2 different places, but I still can't five days in a row for a place I want to stay.
Saratoga
There
Springs.
it is. Okay, so
I don't want to stay at Saratoga Springs. I don't want to
No
stay at
one
Old
does.
West. I didn't buy there. Jesus Christ!
You're booking
Is somebody from
your
Disney listening?
Your priority window's 11 months.
Who can? I can't do that.
No, I know.
I get it, but my kids are in sports. I have a business. I don't know what 9 months from now what sport they're going to be playing, what city they're going to be playing in. Jesus Christ!
Pleasant Patrick is pissed.
It kind of, this is a point Bobby's made 4 million times on this show and his podcast about the whole being able to do things on a whim at Disney. And I mean, I guess this is another feather for your hat there, Bobby, that this is just an example of you can't do that anymore.
nope.
Yeah.
Look, it's frustrating. I understand that, believe me, because it's tough for me to even, as an annual pass holder, just go down and visit the parks on a weekend sometimes, particularly at Magic Kingdom, unless you have a park reservation in place. I mean, like, just that little barrier to entry sometimes can be a huge annoyance and actually prevent me from even going down to the parks. Now, I understand your position that you want to stay at the Polynesian or at the Grand Floridian or Bay Lake or wherever. I don't know which resorts you've narrowed your vision down to, okay? But
anyone except Saratoga or Key West. I don't want to stay there.
That's
Right now, I can't stay there.
That's your problem right there. You've got to expand your horizons just a little bit here and understand that A, you're going to save a little bit on points. B, you might be in for a pleasant surprise, particularly when it comes to Old Key West. Not as much with Saratoga Springs.
You won't be. Yeah, you'll be in for a surprise at Saratoga.
Are you okay, Bobby? Do you feel safe?
I'm just saying, you might have a pleasant experience. Your mileage may vary. Mine definitely varied from plenty of other people. But also, I was there before they did a room renovation. It was during COVID. There was all sorts of shit that was going on with when I stayed at Saratoga. You don't know what you're going to get until you actually stay at some of these resorts. You don't know how quickly you can get to the parks until you actually go to these resorts and figure it out and do a little bit of trial and error. It's going to take you a day to figure out some of the stuff when it comes to Old Key West. But honestly, it's a great resort that you really should consider staying at, for one thing. For another, yes, of course, you're fighting for the low point week. That's like trying to go get a Black Friday deal, man. I know what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Because they designed those to be the low points week because they expect the attendance to be low, but that's like chumming the water to a lot of these DVC people, man. They're gonna go after those low point weeks like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, low point weeks are the old low crowd times, but those didn't apply to DVC because that's when everybody booked, whether they go to the parks or not. That was always the high DVC time.
Okay, but the month of December for the Polynesian is booked. The month of January is booked. Like, what the fuck?
You've got Marathon Weekend, West, man. And you've got Christmas. But I guarantee people drop. You gotta get good at looking. You wait list and you let it expire 31 days out, so you're not going to go in holding. And then you also look on the 31 days and be like, somebody dropped. I'm going to grab that. I know it's hard to be that flexible, especially if you're flying, whatever. I get it. I can't do this with my family. I can't get a last minute with all of us, but I do it all the time for myself.
All the time.
That's
okay. Vacations can't.
On the 31st day, I got to go into my fucking computer to find a resort to find something I paid $30,000 to stay at.
Yeah.
You can always book it and drop understand your frustration.
Make somebody else's day.
I'm not telling you that you're wrong to be frustrated by all of this, but also at the same time, like I said, you're narrowing the search for yourself at this point to only a handful of resorts.
How many resorts are there total?
There's
DVC.
I think 18.
So
16 or 18.
So I can't stay at 18. Riviera and two others. So that takes us down to 13. Is it
roughly? Yeah,
Riviera and Disneyland. That's
narrowing.
Are the only ones who...
Yeah, but you're the one who said I'm not looking at Saratoga. I'm not looking at Old Key West. I'm not.
Even if I could, I couldn't stay there for more than 2 days.
Trust me when I say.
Found 3 nights in a row at Old Key West right now.
Boom.
3
Oh,
nights.
bam.
there.
Yeah. What about Saratoga?
Right
Are there
in mid-
more 3
mid-show.
nights there?
Yeah, there's two.
Thank you.
So maybe they'll line up and you can
Split
do
stay.
3 at one and 2 at the other, and it'll be the most magical thing you've ever done.
Disney, why don't you help Pat out and tell him the key to unlock his DVC power?
The one thing I thought of is like just book a bunch of reservations, and then when they get to 30 days out or 31 days out, let's cancel them if I can't go.
I'm sure that's what people
That's
do.
a thing people do.
But at the same time, Pat, you got to like be able to ride it out a little bit with DVC because of that, because you are going on a whim. You have to be a little bit patient. Trust me, I hate it. It sucks as a local to have to be patient for some of this shit. I've been wanting to book. There's a couple of different restaurants that I've been wanting to book for dining reviews and stuff like that for the podcast here for a little
but you
while.
did you already prepay for that dining?
No, absolutely not. No.
So
that's the problem.
The whole idea is you've paid into a system and you can't use the points when you want to use the points.
That's why I'm saying I understand
essentially
his
blacked out.
frustration. I'm not saying that he's wrong to feel this way. I'm also saying that you got to adjust a little bit of your thinking when you're trying to do that last minute booking. Because I've had to do the last minute booking thing for everything at Disney World, including the resort stays, including dining reservations, whatever it is. Back when park reservations were much more scarce, parks as well. So it sucks, but this is the era of Disney that we're living in.
So do you think, Becky, let me ask you, do you think when they get this new tower done at the Polynesian, which looks like shit, by the way, do you think that is going to alleviate some of Pat's pain, or...
I don't know. It may.
We don't even know if it's
going
to be part of the current. We don't know if it's going to be a part of the current association, right? Yeah.
Okay, so if it's not part of it, and I honestly that would help Pat as long as he doesn't want to stay at that Marriott, because so many people be like, well, I'm going to go to Polynesia, I might as well go to the new one. That part I think will be a little helpful whenever they finish it in 27 years. I don't know what I think about it at all, other than I probably don't care. My family, we stayed at the Polynesian last summer, year ago, whatever. We had 2 rooms. It was fine. They got to try the pool and they're like, this is cool. So
I love them.
But the thing with the Polynesian,
but like if they're not going to be sad that they haven't tried it yet because we tried it. So there's other places that will all go together. So I don't care about how many bedrooms are in the new tower if I can't use it. Fine.
But see, that's the thing with the Polynesian. It shot itself in the foot from day one being a DVC property because they only had studios and those bungalows available, so you couldn't mix and match a little bit with spreading out those points. You either had to like go all in and get enough points to get a bungalow for however many nights you wanted it, or you had to hold back a little bit and get just enough points to get your week's worth of studio at the Poly. There is no in between. Whereas every other resort, pretty much there is an in between. Not every
Creek was idiots too.
Not every, like I said. Going back on some of the older ones, Old Key West, Beach Club, Animal Kingdom Lodge, all the ones that I consider to be heavy hitters when it comes to DVC, they all have multiple options for your room stays. There's not that when it comes to the Polynesian, though. I think that actually having those multiple options now, because they are supposed to be building 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, and even Grand Villas opening it up a little bit more at this point, to have multiple options at the Polynesian will actually do a good thing for his points, because then he'll be able to spend them on a 1 bedroom instead of just having to hold back for a studio, which is by far the most popular because it's the cheapest points.
Yeah. And if any of you guys at home are holding on to a reservation not at Saratoga or Old Key West, hit Pat Neestat up, Pat at notclub33.com, and let him know so you can do a coordinated cancel and rebook. Because
Patrick, I'll stock the site for you. You tell me the days, you let me know. I'll hook you up.
There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'll just talk to Tori.
I guess I'm gonna go 31 days out. I got to mark that on my calendar.
Bam, there it is. If you like this video, please hit like on it and consider subscribing, as it's free to do so and really helps out our channel. Let us know in the comments section below what you want to see us talk about next. We drop videos on this channel typically 4 p.m. On Fridays, Magic Kingdom time. That is East Coast time. And just stay tuned, hit those notifications, and we will see you guys soon. Peace out.